The final buzzer screamed like a betrayal, slicing through the roar of the arena, and I stood there frozen, the ball still spinning lazily on the rim before dropping through the net. Nothing but swish. In that electric heartbeat, my eyes locked not on the scoreboard flashing our impossible victory, but on Jordan in the stands, his face a mask of raw, unspoken terror and triumph, the only familiar soul amid a sea of strangers who'd shown up for the show. "Alex, you did it?" he mouthed, but his lips trembled like he was fighting back tears. And in that moment, I knew our secret had just cracked wide open under the glare of the lights. I was Alex Rivera, 18 years old, point guard for the Lincoln High Lions in the heart of Queens, New York, where the concrete jungle chewed up dreams and spat out survivors. Basketball wasn't just a game for me. It was the one place where I could outrun the ghosts of my family's expectations, the suffocating grip of their Catholic guilt, and the lie I'd been living since I first realized boys made my heart race in ways girls never could. My parents, Maria and Carlos, had immigrated from Puerto Rico in the 90s, chasing the American dream with calloused hands and unyielding faith. Dad worked double shifts at the auto shop. Mom cleaned offices till her back screamed. Both of them pouring every dime into me and my little sister, Sophia, because we were their shot at redemption. "Estudia duro, mijo," Dad would say, his voice gravelly from years of engine grease. "Make us proud. Don't end up like me." But proud of what? The straight-A student who volunteered at the church soup kitchen? Or the son who hid crushes on teammates in his locker room daydreams? Jordan Hayes had crashed into my life 2 years earlier, freshman year tryouts, when he blocked my layup so hard the gym echoed like thunder. He was from Brooklyn, black kid with roots in Harlem jazz clubs and a mom who was a nurse fighting the ER wars. Tall, lean, with skin like polished mahogany and eyes that sparkled like the East River at dusk. Jordan was the hardworking shadow to my flashy plays. We bonded over late-night drills in the empty school gym, him spotting my free throws while I quizzed him on history notes. "You're too good to waste on showboating, Alex," he'd grunt, wiping sweat from his brow. "Pass it real. Build the team." He didn't know it then, but those words weren't just about ball. They were the blueprint for everything we'd become. Our first real spark ignited last summer, after a brutal pickup game in Flushing Meadows Park. The sun was a hammer, pounding us into the chain-link court, and when I collapsed against the fence, chest heaving, Jordan slumped beside me, our shoulders brushing in that accidental way that lingers. "You ever feel like you're playing for ghosts?" I asked, staring at the skyline where the Mets stadium loomed like a promise. He turned, his breath warm on my neck. "Every damn day. But with you, feels like we're chasing something real." His hand found mine in the grass, tentative, electric, and just like that, the world tilted. We didn't kiss that night, we didn't need to. It was in the way he squeezed my fingers, promising a future we'd steal in whispers. But secrets in New York are like subway rats. Slippery, multiplying, always one wrong move from exposure. My family sensed the shift, the way I'd linger after practice, the unexplained grins on my face. Sophia, sharp as a switchblade at 14, cornered me in the kitchen one night. "Who's Jordan, Alex? The one you text at 2 a.m. I froze, fork midway to my mouth, arroz con gandals steaming on the plate. "Just a teammate, Soph. Chill." She eyed me like she could see through my skull. Mom hovered in the doorway, rosary beads clicking. "Family first, Alejandro. Always." I nodded, but inside, Jordan's laugh echoed louder than their prayers. As senior year ramped up, the Lions clawed their way to the state championships, a Cinderella run no one saw coming. Coach Ramirez, a grizzled ex-pro with a limp from a bad knee, barked us into shape. "Rivera, you're the engine. Keep it steady. Hayes, you're the heart. Don't let it break." We were unstoppable, Jordan and I, our chemistry on the court mirroring the stolen moments off it. A brush of knuckles in the huddle, a shared water bottle that tasted like possibility. Off-court, we'd escape to his mom's brownstone in Bed-Stuy, where she'd feed us empanadas and pretend not to notice how we'd disappear to the fire escape, talking dreams under the stars. "I want med school," he'd say, tracing constellations with his finger. "Fix people like Mom does." "What about you?" I'd lean into him, the city hum below us. Law, maybe. Fight for the underdogs. Us. His arm would snake around my waist, pulling me close. Together. Word spread, though, whispers in the locker room, side eyes from the boosters. Tommy Ruiz, our cocky shooting guard with a trust fund smirk, caught us once after hours, Jordan's hand on my shoulder a beat too long. Bromance much? He sneered, but his eyes lingered, hungry for dirt. I laughed it off, but the seed of betrayal festered. Tommy was the golden boy, recruited by scouts, family in the mayor's circle. He thrived on chaos, and I was his favorite target. The semifinals against the Bronx Bombers were a bloodbath. Elbows flying, refs blind, the crowd a wall of jeers. We were down by 12 at halftime, my ankle throbbing from a cheap shot. In the tunnel, Jordan knelt, wrapping it tight, his fingers steady on my skin. "We've got this," he murmured, voice low so only I could hear. "For us." I nodded, fire in my veins, and we stormed back, my no-look pass to his slam dunk sealing the win. The arena erupted, but as we hugged on the court, sweat slick and alive, I caught Dad's face in the sparse family section. Stone cold, arms crossed. He'd come alone, Mom citing Sophia's fever, but his glare said enough. "What are you becoming, Mijo?" That night, victory pizza at Jordan's turned sour when my phone buzzed. "Dad, proud of the win, but that hug? Not right. Talk tomorrow." My stomach dropped. Jordan pulled me aside. "Tell them, or we will." I shook my head, panic rising. "They'll kill me. Or worse, disown." He cupped my face, thumbs brushing my cheeks. "I'm not going anywhere, but you can't hide forever." The championship loomed, Madison Square Garden, the mecca of New York hoops, our shot at immortality. Practices blurred into obsession. Suicides till our lungs burned, film sessions till dawn. Jordan pushed hardest, up at 5 a.m. for extra shots. His body a machine forged in quiet determination. "For the ring," he'd say, but his eyes said "for you." I matched him, driven by the fear gnawing at my edges. The family's silence growing, Sophia's texts turning cryptic. "Dad's mad. What's going on?" Tommy's betrayal hit like a blindside pick. 2 days before tip-off, he cornered me in the showers, steam curling like accusations. "Heard you're batting for the other team, Rivera." Hayes too. His grin was venom. "Scouts love winners, not weirdos. Drop a game or I spill to coach." "Your call." Rage boiled, but I swallowed it, couldn't risk the team. "Screw you, Tommy." He laughed. "Family man, huh? Yours won't even show." I confessed to Jordan that night on the rooftop, city lights sprawling like a confession. "He'll ruin us." Jordan's jaw tightened, but he pulled me into his chest, heartbeat steady as a metronome. "Then we fight. Together." We kissed then, slow and fierce, the kind that tastes like goodbye and forever. No rush, no heat, just souls colliding under a bruised sky. Game night arrived. The Garden a coliseum of screams, 20,000 strong under banners of legends. Our opponents, the Syracuse Spartans, were beasts, towering forwards, a point guard with my speed but none of my heart. Family section? Empty. No Dad's scowl, no Mom's sign, no Sophia's cheers. Just Jordan, slipped into the bleachers with a borrowed Lions jersey. His presence a lighthouse in the storm. Tip-off and it was war. Spartans jumped us early, their press suffocating. Tommy feeding them layups like a traitor already. Down 8 after 1. Coach subbed me in, his grip iron on my arm. "Lead, Rivera, or we're done." I nodded, scanning the crowd. Jordan's eyes locked on mine. A silent vow. Second quarter, I orchestrated, crossovers blinding, assists threading needles. Jordan guarded like a demon, stripping balls with those long arms. We clawed to a tie at half, but Tommy's whispers poisoned the air. "Fags can't win this." In the locker room, I snapped, shoving him against the lockers. "Shut your mouth or I'll end you." Coach pulled us apart, eyes narrowing. "Focus, boys. Glory's on the line." Third quarter blurred into frenzy. Fouls stacking, my ankle screaming again. Spartans pulled ahead by 5, their crowd a thunderous wave. Timeout. Huddle tight. Jordan's hand grazed mine under the chaos. One play at a time. I believed him. With 3 minutes left, down by 2, Tommy drove baseline. Double-teamed, he kicked to me, eyes gleaming with false sportsmanship. Trap. I saw it too late, ball stripped. Fast break the other way. Spartan layup, down 4. Crowd gasped. Timeout. In that circle, sweat stinging, I broke. I can't, I whispered to Jordan. He grabbed my jersey. You can. For the kid who dreamed this. For us. His voice cracked, and something shattered in me. Fear, lies, all of it. I love you. I breathed. So quiet only he heard. His eyes widened, then softened. Love you back. Now go win it. Final 2 minutes. I stole an inbound, Euro-stepped for 2. Jordan blocked a dunk like a god. Tommy missed a 3, nerves or guilt. And I rebounded, pushing full court. Clock ticking, 10.9. I crossed half, faked left, pulled up from logo airball. No. Heart stopped. Jordan crashed the board, outlet pass laser to me. 5.4. I dribbled, world narrowing to the rim. Tommy screamed, but I saw the betrayal in his hesitation. Pump fake, step back, 3.2. Release. The buzzer wailed as the ball arced. A prayer in leather. Kissed the backboard, hung, dropped. Swish. Pandemonium. Teammates mobbed me, confetti raining like absolution. But I searched the stands. Jordan pushing through, leaping the rail, tackling me in a hug that drowned out the world. You did it, he choked, forehead to mine. Tears mixed with sweat. We did. In the aftermath, rings slipped on fingers. MVP trophy heavy in my hands. The betrayal lingered. Tommy slunk away, his scholarship dreams tainted. But redemption flickered when he muttered, "Sorry, man. Jealousy's a bitch." Coach clapped my back. Proud kid. Real proud. My phone lit up as we exited the tunnel. Sophia? Watched on TV. Dad cried. Mom too. We're coming home. Love you. Then Dad. Mijo, we were wrong. Victory's not just the game. It's you. Proud doesn't cover it. Jordan and I slipped out to the plaza. Gardens glow haloing us. City alive with horns and cheers. He laced fingers with mine, open now, no hiding. What now? I asked, trophy forgotten at our feet. Now? We live it. Out loud. His smile was sunrise over the bridges. And in that moment, under New York's relentless stars, I knew. No family in the stands couldn't break us. Victory had rewritten the script, turning ghosts to allies, secrets to strength. We walked into the night, hands entwined. The American dream, not some distant flag, but this, 2 boys, unbreakable, claiming their slice of forever. But forever, as New York teaches you quick, is just a subway ride away from unraveling. The high of that championship lingered like champagne haze. Parades down Queens Boulevard, local news spots where reporters cooed over the bromance that built a dynasty. Jordan and me shoulder to shoulder, grins plastered like we owned the skyline. School turned mythic overnight. Freshmen trailed us in halls, whispering about the buzzer beater like it was Ali Frazier. Coach Ramirez even cracked a smile at assembly, hoisting the trophy. These two? Heart of lions. The crowd hooped, but Jordan's pinky hooked mine behind the podium. A secret Morse code in the chaos. Home, though, that was the real arena. The morning after, sunlight slanted through our cramped apartment blinds like Judgment Day. I woke to the smell of cafecito brewing, Mom's ritual armor against the world. Sophia burst in first, tackling me on the couch. You're famous, dummy. Dad's got the paper framed already. She was all gangly limbs and braces, eyes sparkling with that kid-sister worship I'd missed in the tension. I ruffled her hair, chest loosening. Missed you, squirt. Mom appeared, apron dusted with flour, pernil sizzling in the oven. Her hug was fierce, bones pressing mine. Ay, Alejandro. Dios bendito, what a game. No mention of the empty seats, just pride radiating like heat from the stove. Dad shuffled in last, work boots scuffed, paper underarm. He stopped short, then enveloped me, rare, rough, smelling of oil and Old Spice. Proud, Mijo. More than words. His voice gravel, eyes averted, but I felt the shift, the stone cracking. We sat for breakfast, arepas steaming, talk circling the wind like fireflies. Saw Jordan in the crowd. Sophia piped, innocent dagger. Forks paused. Dad cleared his throat. Good kid. Hard worker. Mom nodded, beads clicking. Invite him. Family eats together. My heart stuttered, invitation or inquisition. But I texted him, dinner? He replied instant. Wouldn't miss it. Jordan arrived at dusk, bouquet of bodega daisies in hand, charm offensive his way. Mom lit up, ushering him to the table like a prodigal. Such manners. Sit, sit. Dad grunted approval at the flowers, Sophia grilling him on Harlem lore. Conversation flowed easy. His mom's shifts, our shared drills, the garden's roar. Under the table, his knee nudged mine. Steady, like always. But as plates cleared, Dad leaned back, coffee black as his mood. That hug after the game looked intense. Room iced. Jordan's hand tensed on his glass. I jumped in, pulse hammering. Just teammates, Dad. Brothers in arms. Lie tasted bitter but necessary. Mom's eyes softened. Family's about more than blood, no? Support, love. She glanced at Dad. A silent volley. He sighed, rubbing his neck. Times change. Just be careful, boys. World's not kind. Jordan met his gaze steady. Appreciate that, Mr. Rivera. Means a lot. The moment passed, tension ebbing like tide. But I saw the questions lingering in Dad's furrow. Weeks blurred into summer's lazy heat. Graduation caps tossed like confetti. Jordan and I carved our bubble. Coney Island boardwalks at dawn. Ferris wheel kisses hidden in the creek. Central Park pickups where we'd sprawl on lawns, debating futures. Him pre-med at NYU. Me poli-sci at Columbia. Commutes short enough for stolen nights. We'll make it work, he'd murmur. Head on my chest. Brooklyn Bridge lights winking approval. But shadows crept. Tommy's transfer to a prep school. Whispers of his anonymous tip to a scout about team drama. Coach pulled me aside. Rumors, Alex. Handle your business. I nodded, but fear gnawed. Exposure wasn't just personal. It could torch our scholarships. The real fracture hit in July, 4th of fireworks and family barbecues. Dad's shop hosted the block party. Grills smoking ribs, merengue blasting from speakers, neighbors in red, white, blue like a patriotic fever dream. Jordan tagged along, fitting seamless. Tossing Sophia in the air, charming Tio Manny with tales of his mom's gumbo. As dusk fell, bottle rockets arcing like stars, Dad pulled me to the stoop, beers in hand. Son, I know. My world tilted. Know what? He stared at the sparks. About you and Jordan. Sophia saw texts. Said it's love. Air sucked from my lungs. Fight or flight, I chose truth, voice cracking. Yeah, Dad. It is. I'm gay. He's everything. Silence stretched eternal. Then slow, hurts, Mijo. Church says sin. But you're my blood. Fought for this country. This life. Won't lose you to hate. Tears stung. I hugged him fierce, his shoulders shaking. Proud anyway? Always. But the warmth curdled when Tio Manny wandered over, drunk on cores. Heard the news, Carlos? Your boy's a Maricon. Slur landed like a sucker punch. Dad stiffened, but Manny ranted. Disgrace! My sister's boy? Ruins the family name. Neighbors hushed, eyes darting. Jordan stepped up, arm around me. With respect, sir. Love's not a name ruiner. It's the builder. Manny scoffed, but Dad shut it down. Enough. My house, my rules. Alex is my son. End of. The party fizzled, but the damage rooted deep. Calls from relatives poured in. Abuelas praying, cousins ghosting. Mom fielded most, her voice steel. God's love is big enough. Sophia stuck fierce, drawing us cartoons of superheroes in capes labeled Alex and Jordan forever. Jordan held me through the nights, his whispers balm. They'll come around. Or we make our own family. August scorched, college orientations looming. We drove to NYU first, Jordan's campus a maze of brownstones and ambition. He toured labs, eyes alight. I watched, swelling with that ache. Pride laced with terror. You're gonna save lives, I said, kissing his temple in the car. Columbia next, Morningside Heights grand and ivy-cloaked. My advisor gushed. Activism track? With your story, you'll change things. Story. The word hung heavy. What parts to share? Betrayal's second act struck via email. Tommy, from his cushy Connecticut exile, heard the family drama. Posted some truth on Reddit. Lincoln High's gay MVPs. Enjoy the spotlight. Link attached. A thread exploding with speculation. Grainy photos from the championship hug twisted into memes. Bromance or more? Comments vicious. Slurs, prayers, a few allies. My phone blew up. Reporters sniffing. Coach furious. PR nightmare. Lay low. Jordan found me on the fire escape, head in hands. It's out. I choked. Everything. He knelt, pulling me up. Then we own it. Press conference. Social post. Your call. Fear ward with fire. That night, we drafted a video me. Raw under lamplight. I'm Alex Rivera. Gay proud champion. Jordan's my partner, my heart. Haters gonna hate. But love wins games, lives, worlds. Jordan added his piece, voice steady. We're just two guys building something real. Join us or step aside. We hit post at midnight. By dawn, viral storm. Shares from Glad. Retweets from LeBron's Foundation. Even a shout-out from that out actor on Broadway. But backlash bit. Church protests at Dad's shop. Pickets with signs repent or perish. Tio Manny escalated. Rallying concerned kin for an intervention. Family meeting at Abuela's. Ultimatum veiled as concern. The showdown unfolded in her Bronx walk-up. Air thick with pastelitos and tension. Relatives crammed the living room. Uncles in guayaberas. Aunts clutching Bibles. Abuela presided from her rocker, eyes sharp as ever. Dad sat beside me, Jordan's hand in mine under the table. Bold now, no hiding. Manny opened. This lifestyle is poison. Church says. Abuela cut him, cane thwacking floor. Iglesia says love thy neighbor. I came from dirt roads, buried brothers to machetes. Love, it's survival. She eyed me soft. Mijo, you happy? I squeezed Jordan's hand. Yes, Abuela. Truly. She nodded. Then that's gospel. Not all bent. Manny stormed out, cousins split. But cracks widened to canyons. Dad's business dipped, whispers chasing customers. Mom's cleaning gigs dried up. Moral grounds. Sophia got bullied at camp, kids chanting slurs. Jordan's mom, fierce guardian, hosted us nightly. Her hugs maternal, Gumbo's healing. Y'all are family now, she'd say, winking. Fall semester dawned crisp, subways packed with promise. We commuted together, hands brushing in the crush. Out, unapologetic. Classes ignited. My poli-sci seminars debating queer rights. Jordan's biolabs dissecting ethics in medicine. Dates were diner booths and rooftop picnics. His head on my lap as we mapped futures. Engaged by 25? He'd tease, ring finger traced. I'd laugh, but mean it. Yet conflict simmered. A scout pulled Jordan's offer. Distractions. They coded. Tommy's shadow or fear. He shrugged it off, but I saw the fracture. We'll find another. My own path wobbled. Internship at a legal aid for LGBTQ youth. But Dad's calls turned strained. Holding up, Mijo? Shop's quiet. Guilt gnawed. I was their dream, now their burden. Thanksgiving cracked it open. We hosted Jordan's mom, Sophia, a pared-down feast. Dad and Mom arrived tentative, pie in hand. Awkward toasts. Then Dad pulled me aside. Miss the old days. Just us. Pain lanced. We're still us, Dad. Just more. He nodded, but eyes distant. Post-dinner, Jordan and I washed dishes, suds flying. Give him time, he murmured. I leaned in, foreheads touching. You're my time. Kiss soft, soap-scented romance in the mundane. Winter bit hard, snow blanketing the city like forgotten promises. Protests peaked. A rally at City Hall. Us on the steps, signs high. Love wins. Media swarmed, but a heckler shoved Jordan, fist connecting with his jaw. Chaos, cops, chants, me dragging him away. Blood on snow. Our weight, stitches, his grin wry. Badge of honor. But inside, I broke. Can't lose you. He cupped my face. Won't happen. We're steel. Christmas Eve. Family truce. Abuela's again. Tree twinkling with ornaments from the old country. Manny absent, but warmth crept back. Sophia's gift to us a framed photo from the championship. Us mid-hug. Dad watched, then, beautiful shot. Progress, fragile. New Year's. We toasted on the Brooklyn Heights promenade. Fireworks blooming over the harbor. To us, Jordan said, pulling a velvet box. Not ring, but matching bracelets. Engraved, teammates forever. Tears froze on my cheeks. Always. But spring brought the storm's eye. Dad's shop foreclosed, economy, they said, but whispers said boycott. He spiraled, drinking, distance growing. Your fault, he snapped one call. Stirring pots. I hung up, shattered. Jordan found me pacing our tiny walk-up. Go home. Fix it. I shook my head. Can't force love. Yet I did, drove to Queens, snow melting to slush. Apartment dim, mom praying. Dad on the couch, bottle half empty. Mijo. Voice hollow. I knelt. Dad, talk. Floodgates. Regrets, fears, his own hidden pains. A cousin lost to AIDS in the 80s, unspoken grief. Scared of losing you too. I held him, sobs shared. You won't. I'm here. Forgiveness didn't erase scars, but it mended. Shop relaunched with community loans, queer allies, church progressives. Summer internships, Jordan shadowing surgeons, me clerking cases of discrimination one. Dates deepened. Road trip to Niagara. Falls thundering like heartbeats. Motel nights talking souls. Junior year we captained a rec league, LGBTQ youth, teaching dribbles and dreams. One kid, shy with a fade, mirrored me at 14. Scared to tell my pops. Jordan knelt. Tell when ready. But know you're enough. Echoes of us. Betrayal's echo faded. Tommy faded to obscurity, his scouts drying up. Victory's true measure? Not the trophy, but the family forged, blood and chosen, standing in the stands of our lives. Yet life's no straight shot, curves come, sharp and unforgiving, testing if your game's got depth or just flash. By sophomore year at Columbia, the grind sharpened. Lectures till eyelids drooped, group projects clashing egos, and Jordan's med school apps looming like guillotines. We'd sync schedules ruthless, meets at Joe Coffee amid caffeine haze, him quizzing anatomy flashcards while I briefed on constitutional law. Aorta branches here. He'd point to his wrist, my pulse jumping. I'd counter with Miranda rights, his laugh rumbling. Arrest me anytime. Our bubble held, but pressure cracked edges. Dad's shop stabilized, but he leaned hard, weekend shifts for me. Grease under nails clashing with my khakis. Build character, Mijo. Mom's health dipped, stress manifesting in migraines. Sophia's teen angst bloomed, braces off but boys on her mind. Don't be like Alex, hiding crushes. She'd tease, but it stung true. Jordan's family anchored us. His mom, Lena, promoted to charge nurse, hosting game nights with her jazz record spinning. Y'all glow, she'd say, eyeing our linked hands. Don't dim it. Romance wove through the chaos. Anniversary at that Flushing court, sunset painting us gold. He surprised with a mixtape, tracks from our pickup days. Old school hip-hop beats syncing our steps. We danced barefoot on asphalt, his arms my anchor. Remember that block? I laughed. Humiliated me. He spun me close. Loved you then. Knew it later. Kiss under the net. Slow burn sweet, the city sighing approval. But conflict brewed in shadows. Campus queers welcomed us. Pride panels, mixers in dimly lit lounges, but not all embraced. A poli-sci prof, tenured fossil with a bow tie and biases, grilled me in office hours. Your personal experiences color your advocacy. Objectivity, Mr. Rivera? Subtext, stick to straight cases. I fired back, justice isn't objective. It's lived. He smirked, grade pending. Jordan vented later, pacing our shared off-campus studio. Rent split, walls papered with championship clippings. Call him out. I shook my head. Play smart. Win quiet. The betrayal this round was subtler, insidious. From within. Our rec league team, the Pride Passers, swelled with talent. Kids from shelters, foster edges, dreams deferred. I coached plays, Jordan handled conditioning, but envy festered. Marcus, a lanky transfer from Brooklyn, sharpshooter with a chip like mine once. He bonded quick with the group, but his eyes on Jordan lingered, admiring, then hungry. You're wasted on law, he'd say to me casual. Should hoop full-time. To Jordan, late texts about strategy sessions, brushes in the gym too familiar. I ignored first, trust Jordan blind. But one night, post-practice, I swung by his lab late. Door ajar, laughter spilling. Marcus, perched on desk, Jordan's hand on his shoulder, explaining a diagram. Innocent, maybe, but Marcus's gaze possessive. I backed away, gut twisting. Home. I scrolled his phone while he showered. Nothing overt, but a string. Miss our talks. Alex too intense. Jordan's reply. He's everything. Chill. Confrontation brewed slow. Next practice, Marcus overplayed a pass. Ball smacking my ribs. My bad, Cap. Smirk hidden. I called timeout, voice steel. Team's family. Betray that, you're out. He blinked, feigning confusion. Jordan pulled me aside. What's eating you? Truth spilled, jealousy, fear, the championship echo of Tommy. He cupped my face, thumbs gentle. Only you, Alex. Always. Proof? He blocked Marcus's number, reassigned drills. Marcus quit a week later, muttering, "Clique why?" But the sting lingered, vulnerability's price. Deeper wounds surfaced holidays. Christmas at Abuela's, now a queer-neutral zone, rainbow ornaments twinkling beside baby Jesus. Dad gifted Jordan a shop toolkit. Fix what's broken. Symbolic, healing. But New Year's, Lena's dinner turned tense. An aunt, visiting from Philly, cornered Jordan. Med school's cutthroat. Don't let distractions derail. Code for me. He bristled. Love's fuel, not drag. She backpedaled, but doubt seeded. His apps rejected from top tiers. Fit, issues cited. They smell the gay. He joked, but eyes hollow. Spring break, we escaped to the Jersey Shore. Boardwalk cotton candy. Waves crashing like unresolved chords. Motored a dinghy at dawn, salt spray baptizing us. Scared? I asked, his hand in mine over churning blue. Of failing you. Honesty raw. Then let's rewrite the playbook. We made promises. Weekly check-ins, no assumptions, therapy if shadows loomed. Back in the city, I dove into a clinic internship, defending evicted trans kids, victories small but seismic. Jordan shadowed ER rotations, stitching wounds with quiet grace. Saw my future today, he'd say, scrubbing in. Ours. Climax built insidious. Dad's 50th birthday bash. A block party redux, but evolved. LGBTQ neighbors invited. Flags fluttering beside Puerto Rican vegigantes. Grills sizzled, salsa pulsed. Jordan manned the AUX, curating a set. Bad Bunny for flair, classic merengue for roots. Sophia DJ'd beside him, braces gleaming. Laughter flowed, but as cake cut, tiered with proud papa. A drunk uncle Manny's echo, slurred. Carlos, your boy's parade turned your life upside. Dad flushed, but Mom rose. Our life, our joy. Cheers drowned him. Later, under string lights, Dad pulled us both to the alley. The struggled boys, lost friends, faith questioned. But seeing you, whole, worth it. He hugged Jordan first, man to man, then me. Te quiero. Tears hot, progress, etched in sweat. Yet academia's grind peaked. My thesis on queer immigration rights, all-nighters blurring days. Jordan's MCAT retake loomed, stress manifesting in silences. One night, argument ignited over nothing, a forgotten anniversary flower. "You're drifting," I accused. "Priorities shifting?" He slammed the door. "I'm fighting for us." Hours later, return with roses, apologies whispered in sheets. Not passion, but reconciliation's tender map. "We're human," he said. "Messy, but mine." Summer internships flipped scripts. Mine at ACLU arguing briefs that echoed our story. Jordan's at a free clinic in the Bronx treating the underserved kids like us once. One case gutted him. A teen, outed and homeless, stitches from a hate crime. "Could have been me," he confessed, home late, scrubs blood-flecked. I held him, rocking. "But it's not. Because of us." Fall welcomed senior year, capstones and closures. We mentored freshman queers, panels on coming out, safe spaces mapped. Romance deepened. Surprise weekend in the Catskills, cabin with a view, stargazing confessions. "Marry me?" he asked, not proposal but vision. "Someday." Vows under these pines. Heart full, I nodded. But betrayal's ghost resurfaced. Marcus, now at a rival uni, demanding old teammates. Rivera Hayes drama incoming. Stay tuned. Screenshots circulated. Twisted narratives of our breakup, fueling campus gossip. I laughed it off publicly, but privately raged. Jordan suggested ignoring. Starve the fire. We did, posting couple pics. Pride floats, study cuddles, reclaiming narrative. Thanksgiving, full circle. Abuelas, table groaning with turkey and lechon. Dad toasted. To family, blood, chosen, unbreakable. Sophia rolled eyes. Sappy, but we clinked, warmth real. Winter's cusp, a call from coach. Alumni game. U2 versus legends. We trained fierce, chemistry electric. Tip-off night, garden redux, sold out, cheers deafening. Buzzer beater? Mine again to Jordan's assist. Post-game, family flooded courtside. Dad, Mom, Sophia, Lena, even a contrite Manny. Hugs, flashes, victory lap eternal. In that glow, I knew. Conflicts carve, betrayal scar, but love, deep, hardworking, rebuild stronger. Our story, not ended but authored page by page, hand in hand. Graduation season hit like a fast break. Caps in air, gowns swirling confetti storms over Morningside lawns, speeches droning about futures bright as Broadway marquees. I walked first, poli-sci diploma gripped like a talisman, Jordan whooping from the bleachers, his med school deferral accepted. Gap year at the clinic, building resume and us. Valedictorian vibes, he teased post-ceremony. Laurel on my neck, kiss stolen behind the library stacks. Family beamed. Dad snapping pics, Mom dabbing tears, Sophia live streaming for cousins. My brother's a boss, she captioned. Abuela sent a check for the honeymoon, winking over FaceTime. But post-commencement haze lifted to reality's slam. Job hunts in a market tighter than a zone defense. My ACLU gig extended to full-time associate, drafting amicus briefs on marriage equality holdouts. Work that pulsed with purpose, late nights pouring precedents till eyes blurred. Jordan's clinic shifted him to lead counselor, wrangling grants and volunteers, his compassion turning chaos to care. Saved a kid today, he'd say, home exhausted but electric. Out to his folks, your playbook. I'd pull him close. Our team. Apartment upgraded, walk up in Harlem, exposed brick and fire escape views. Rent pooled from paychecks. Domesticity bloomed. Grocery runs debating kale versus plantains. Sunday brunches with mimosas and monongo. Romance ritualized, monthly date jars. Slips promising adventures. Rooftop jazz, museum whispers, or lazy coney hot dogs. One slip, championship rerun. We binged old footage, pausing at the hug, his arm heavy over my shoulders. Still gives me chills, I murmured. He nuzzled. Best play ever. Conflicts evolved, subtler foes. Workplace microaggressions. A senior partner at the firm, silver-haired with a drawl, eyeing my ringless hand. No Mrs. Rivera yet? Wink like a barb. I'd smile steal. Mr. Hayes, actually. Planning ahead. He chuckled uneasy, but reports landed milder. Jordan's clinic faced funding cuts. City budgets slashed. Queer youth programs first on the chopping block. Protests ensued. Pickets at City Hall. Us chanting till hoarse. Defund hate. Not hope. A councilman sneered. Special interests. Jordan testified, voice steady. These kids are futures. Invest or lose them. Bill passed narrow, victory Pyrrhic, but ours. Betrayal struck personal. Sophia's orbit. At 16, she navigated high school minefield, popular but pressured. Boyfriend drama peaked. He dumped her via text. Too much like your gay bro. She crashed our place, mascara rivers. Why's it always us? I held her, Jordan brewing tea. Not us, them. You're fierce, soft. She eyed our hands. Jealous, kinda. You too? Solid. We talked dawn. Coming out strategies, ally armor. She emerged steel, broke up with toxic friends, started a GSA at school. For the underdogs, she said. Echo. Family dynamics deepened. Dad's shop thrived. Expansion to tires. He hired Jordan for weekends. Learn the ropes, son. Bonding over torque wrenches. Beers after. Mom joined a support group. PFLAG chapter. Her stories shared. Loved my boy always. Just needed grace. Abuela visited. Cane tapping rhythms. Dispensing wisdom. Amor conquers. Remember that. Yet romance's flame flickered under grind's gale. Anniversaries missed, my deposition running long, his shift emergency. Arguments sparked. You're married to the firm, he'd accuse. And you're wed to the ward, I'd retort. One blowout, doors slammed, me crashing at Sophia's. Text storm, apologies, please. Reconciliation at dawn jog, Central Park fog-shrouded. We're pros at this, he panted, lacing fingers. Champions rebuild. Summer heat wave, we road trip south, DC first, monuments marching our rights history. Stonewall echoes in Smithsonian glass. Then Philly, Lena's kin hosting cookouts, cousins grilling Jordan. When's the wedding? Laughter, but seeds planted. Nashville detour, honky-tonk lines blurring queer spaces. Two-stepping cheek to cheek, his lead sure. Country suits you, I teased. Cowboy heart, he grinned. Fall brought pivot. Jordan's med apps resubmitted. Acceptances trickling. Johns Hopkins, dream deferred no more. Baltimore? 2 hours doable but ache loomed. We adapt, I said, packing his boxes with ritual care. Send-off party. Clinic crew, family fused. Sophia DJing trap remixes of merengue. Dad toasting. To new courts. Win big. Tears flowed. His goodbye kiss salt sweet. Weekends. Always. Distance tested like overtime. Trains weekly, calls daily. His dorm tales of dissections grisly. My caseloads triumphant. A win. Landmark ruling, our brief-sighted equality inching federal. He cheered virtual. My lawyer. But loneliness gnawed. Hookups? Never. Flirts at bars? Ignored. One night, homesick, he confessed. Miss your laugh in the dark. I booked surprise visit, midnight arrival, campus quad reunion. Tangled in his twin bed. No miles matter, whispered. Climax crested winter. His first semester exams, my big trial, pro bono for a deported dad fighting asylum on queer persecution. Prep consumed. Sleep fractured. Black Friday call. Nailed anatomy. You. Jury deliberating. Verdict. Win. Tears in court. But crash followed. Flu hit him hard. Pneumonia whisper. I drove through snowstorm. Bedside vigil. Broth, stories, his hand weak in mine. Scared me, I admitted. He squeezed. Team effort. Recovery slow, but revelations rushed. Spring break. Baltimore Harbor crab steaming, his lease signed for fall. Stay? He asked. Firm transferred me? No, but remote hybrid bloomed post-pandemic. Queen's base, weekends here. Compromise gold. Betrayal's final echo. Old teammate, not Tommy, but Ruiz, now pro-hopeful. Dmang, heard Hayes struggling. Step up or lose him. Pity play or sabotage. Ignored, but stirred doubts. Confronted Jordan. Ever regret? His eyes fierce. You? Never. Us. The win of my life. Senior, his year blurred, rotations intense, me commuting hybrid. Pride Month, we marched NYC. Floats Rainbow Riot, family contingent strong. Sophia on shoulders, dad waving sign, proud ally. Media spot, champions of love. Our story looped. Proposal brewed quiet. Anniversary, back to Flushing Court, dusk painting rims rose. He knelt, box simple, ring silver, engraved, teammates. Marry me, Alex. On and off court. Tears, yes, tumbling. Family dinner reveal. Cheers, abuela's blessing. About time. Wedding planning wove summer. Rooftop venue in Brooklyn. Guest list fused. Clinic kids. Firm colleagues. Block party crew. Vows handwritten, mine. You blocked my fears, stole my heart. Pass me the ball forever. His. From layup to legacy, you're my assist. Ceremony day, June sun gilding the skyline. Us in linen suits. Puerto Rican flags fluttering beside rainbow banners. Dad walked me, arm steady. Proudest day. Rings exchanged. Kiss ceiling. Crowd roar like the garden. Honeymoon. Puerto Island hop. Bioluminescent bays glowing like our start. Waves lapping. His head on my chest. Wrote the ending happy. But life's plot twists. Fall. His residency match NYU, home. My promotion. Lead counsel. Sophia's college acceptance, our Alma. Family whole expanded. Years montage. His scrubs, my briefs. Adoptions whispered. Kids with our fire. Championships. Community ones, coaching legacies. Humanistic close. Victory not trophies, but ties. Betrayals bridged. Loves deepened. In America's sprawl, we proved. Hardworking hearts win the long game. Decades don't fade the arc. They polish it, turning raw edges to wisdom's gleam. 20 years post-proposal, Jordan and I stood on that same Flushing court. Now a community hub, nets frayed but spirits high. Watching our twins, Mateo and Luna, drill with the youth league. Life's halftime report? Solid wins, hard fouls, overtime grit. Marriage anchored us through storms. His oncology fellowship, nights blurred with chemo charts. My partnership track, battles in boardrooms for trans rights. Verdicts echoing Stonewall. Kids arrived via surrogacy. Mateo first, squalling bundle in 2030, Luna chasing a year later. Double team, Jordan joked, bottles juggling. Parenting, crash course in assists. Bedtime stories blending Harry Potter with hoop legends, school plays where I'd cheer from wings. Him patching scraped knees with bedside manner. Family evolved epic. Dad retired shop to Mateo. Grandpa duties now, spoiling with tool sets and tales. Mom's PFLAG chapter boomed. Her memoirs self-published. From Rosary to Rainbow. Sophia, powerhouse attorney, our firm, specializing family law, learned from the best. She'd wink. Her wife Elena, a pediatrician syncing with Jordan's world. Abuela passed gentle at 98. Her funeral a fiesta. Dancing in aisles, her words etched, loved fierce. Betrayals? Faded footnotes. Tommy Ruiz surfaced once. 2040's podcast flop, begging collab. Redemption arc? We declined polite. Our story self-told. TEDx stage where I keynote. From empty stands to full hearts. Views viral, but we tuned out noise. Romance? Ritual reignited. Annual retreats. Adirondacks cabins? No kids. Just us. Hikes hashing dreams. Fireside slow dances. Still my MVP, he'd whisper. Fingers tracing wedding band worn thin. Intimacy deepened. Not fireworks, but embers. Morning coffees shared. Crisis calls at 3 a.m. We've got this. Climaxes came layered. Jordan's cancer research breakthrough. A trial slashing remission rates. Press hailed. Hayes Rivera protocol. Our name's hyphenated legacy. My Supreme Court argue, striking down conversion bans. Brief cited our brief from 20s. Justice served. He toasted courthouse steps. Conflicts crested personal. Mateo's coming out at 16 by boyfriend bashful. Echoes of us. We coach gentle. Proud first. Luna's rebellion. Punk phase clashing curfews. World's unfair. She'd rant. Jordan's calm. Fight smart. Love loud. Therapy family-wide. Unpacking immigrant scars. Queer joys. A scare mid-century. Jordan's heart murmur. Hereditary whisper turning stent. Hospital vigil, me pacing halls like 20s flu. Not done yet, he rasped post-op, hand in mine. Recovery, rehab runs, our rhythm unbroken. Grandkids arrived late. Sophia's twins first, then ours via Mateo. Chaos of tiny sneakers on the court. Great-grandpa's dribble lesson. Jordan cooed, guiding pudgy hands. Twilight years we downshifted. Harlem brownstone. Garden blooming herbs for Lena's recipes. Her gone a decade, but spirit in every pot. Volunteer gigs. Him mentoring med students, me guest lecturing law. Dates? Still jars. Slips yellowed. Garden sunset. Us swaying to phantom jazz. Final conflict. Inevitable fade, Jordan's decline. Alzheimer's creeping like fog. Early signs. Forgotten plays. Names slipping. Who's that kid? He'd ask of Mateo pics. Heartbreak, but we fought. Trials, routines, my voice narrating our story nightly. Remember the buzzer? I'd prompt. Eyes light. Swish. You. Caregiving crescendoed. Family rotated. Sophia's firm hand. Kid's youthful energy. One lucid dawn, he gripped me. Best teammate. Love you infinite. Tears. Nod. Infinity squared. His passing, autumn gold, was quiet. Our bed, hands laced, kid's bedside. Garden funeral, ashes scattered flushing rim. Court renamed, Rivera Hayes. Plaque, teammates eternal. Grief's game, solo now but echoes team. I coach still, gray beard badge. Sophia partners firm. Grandkids swarm courts. Victory, not absence, but abundance. Love's chain unbroken. Humanistic coda. No family in stands once, now legions. Proud under every banner. Jordan's whisper lingers. We won, and damn if we didn't heart by heart, in America's grand, messy arena.